Yeah.
Yeah.
You're a Weldosaurus, huh?
Yeah, I'm
And
so
then-
old. They call me a dinosaur. What kind of dinosaur are you, Joe? I'm a Weldosaurus.
Oh boy, Weldosaurus.
Weldosaurus. Yeah, Jurassic period.
Yeah.
Right before the Iron Age. Then I discovered a chip and hammer and torch and went to work.
Oh boy.
I think the first blast furnace in the world was the fucking English over by Wales. I think that went back to like 1840.
Yeah, think about back in the day when they would make swords and shit, and they had them hot rivets, and they put them in there and beat them fuckers tight. You know?
Yeah,
Oh,
it
they
was,
could be
it
a
was four.
blacksmith.
It was
What?
four of them. It was four of them. They had the heater. You had the fucking thrower. They heated that motherfucking river. They give it to the thrower. The thrower took it with the tongs, throwed it up on the iron. You had a catcher. He caught it. You set it in the hole, and then you had the other man to buck her upper. It took 4 men to put one rivet. One thing about a rivet, though, they'll come in. If they were all running 7, 8 holes, they would make a rivet 3/4. And when they bucked it up, it would swell to the diameter of the hole. Where now you'll put a 3/4 hole in a 7/8 a 3/4 bolt in a 7/8 hole, and just suck it up 325 pounds and let it go. Rivets swell. That's the strongest. Other than a weld's the strongest. Then a rivet, then a structural bolt. They're your top fucking 3. But yeah, now you look at the Eiffel Tower had over 2 million rivets in it. 1889, 889 feet high. Nobody ever seen anything like that in their life. No welding, no torches. And put that skyscraper up. He was the first one to prefab shit. He was prefabbing shit 100 feet high in section. Gustav Eiffel, that was a fucking genius, man. And they built it for the World's Fair. They wanted to tear it down afterward. The French people, tear that motherfucker down. That fucking what's a radio anthem. Well, leave it up a couple of years. Now it's one of the most visited sites in the world. An old fucking tower. Yeah. I'd love to see it. Go to the top and fucking have lunch. After I see the One World Trade Center at 1,550 feet observation deck. That's the motherfucker there. That's the best built building in the world. There's nothing even close. 27-inch columns, 2 inch thick. I come out of a mill in Luxembourg by Germany. The only motherfucker in the world had something that could even have had an open heart to make a fucking beam like that.
You ever go to the one in the city? Trade Center in the city? You ever been to that one?
In our Baltimore,
Yeah,
that's
Baltimore.
450 feet high. 1974, Charlie Miller connected that. That's local 16. Yeah, but the old Twin Towers in New York City were 1,550 feet. Baltimore's tallest building, the Lake Mason, is about 630 feet. We got nothing over 650 feet. Nothing. Then most of them went up to 60, 70. Empire State Building, 1,200 feet. The fucking Chrysler building was over 1,000 feet back in the 30s. But New York's got us beat with fucking iron and building by it. You ain't even close. You ain't even in the same league.
Or you get them guys in Chicago.
Chicago Sears Tower, that's about 1,500. That's a nice one. That's local union number 1 too, Chicago.
That's the originals.
They pulled 16 charters back in 1896. Chicago, Baltimore, Philly, New York, Jersey, Cleveland. Baltimore was one of the first ones to compete again. And they fucking left town, they're down in Mercury, D.C. Never ever thought I'd see that motherfucker. Ever.
That was your pride and joy. This was the guy that took that picture. You know the guys eating lunch?
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, them fucking boys back there, no tie off, no safety, no belt.
Look, that guy's up there with dress shoes on.
Yeah.
Taking a picture.
Standing on the bottom playing, he's fine, that motherfucker.
What do they call that? Red assing, right?
Yeah, well, they had the B-29 bomber in World War II hit the Empire State Building.
Really?
Yeah. That was hit by a plane. Did some damage, but it bounced off of it. Yeah, it was cloud
Right.
cover. B-29 military plane, but he was only cruising about 400 miles. I don't even think he was doing that. I'm sorry. The ones that hit the World Trade Center, a commercial airliner will do about 500 miles an hour. They were almost full out hitting that. And that's about 120 ton. Now you hit the World Trade Center with 100 ton, doing about 400 or plus mile an hour. And you hit them twin towers, about 17 stories down, and they had no girth. They went straight all the way down. They were the only skyscrapers that didn't start wide and come in. Every one in the world fell that. We had, I love them buildings, but it didn't knock it over. 100 ton, 400 mile an hour, didn't knock that motherfucker over. It's a well-built motherfucker.
Yeah.
24-inch columns in that building too, by 2 inch.
Made here, wasn't it?
Uh-huh.
They were made here, wasn't it? Yeah.
Buffalo Steel made that steel for both twin towers. Yes, sir. Yep, Buffalo Steel made them. They were going up. They were having a race, the New York Onwarders. They both went up at the same time, either 74 or 75. And they were racing to get to the fucking top. You would get there first. Them days are gone, Rod. They ain't even a building out of a warehouse for Amazon. Tilt-up building, like the one over motherfucking General Motors that hit it, that come down and killed that man. General Motors was there, what, 80 years? That was stick built, never nothing. Went through Hurricane Agnes and Camille.
Yeah.
And it didn't go nowhere. This motherfucker, we had a little storm come up, and that whole panel come down, that fucking back. Killed 3 Hispanic guys. Holy fucking shit, Gomez! Yeah. And them fucking panels, what are they? 20 feet high, about 40 feet long, 1 foot thick.
We're running for the border, wasn't
And then all done, the bar joist goes, got a little in-bed pocket with a piece of steel. The bar joist says you weld it. Bar joist runs every 6 foot. And come in 6 foot, run your bottom board bridging, little 1 inch angle. Some decking, some concrete. They call it a day. No columns, no girders, no perimeter beam. Slap it up. Get her done. 21st century.
Alright, I'm sending her to old Kevin, alright?
you? Tell them no more.
Huh?
Tell Kevin no more.
No more garden gloves.
No more garden gloves.
See, no picking tomatoes.